Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy Modern Masters 2017? Modern Masters is a special set of Magic the Gathering. Composed entirely of reprints, the cards contained within will not enter into Standard, but instead are intended to offer players access to critically needed and extremely expensive cards for the Modern format, as well as some that may also see play in formats such as Legacy, Pauper and COmmander. But such supposed value comes at a cost. A higher than average MSRP for boosters and boxes, and a smaller print run, which could mean the price may even exceed the already costly MSRP. So with all this in mind, is Modern Masters worth it to buy? Before we begin, please note, as is always the case on this channel, when we use the term worth, as in, is it worth it to buy, we are addressing a highly subjective concept. Worth it, but to who and towards what goal? Is it worth it to pay $30 to $40 to draft this set instead of the $12 to maybe $20 that most sets cost to draft? What about buying a booster box at MSRP and cracking open all those packs? Will you recoup your $240 in value through the cards you get? As always, I will try to address as many of these perspectives as possible, showing evidence for my claims and inferences. But in the end, it is up to you to decide whether or not a booster pack, a draft, an entire box is right for you, given your needs. Hopefully, this video will be of some help in answering that question. Let's start with the first, and I think most important detail to note about Modern Masters 2017. If you want cards for Modern, whether you are new to the format or an established player, the overwhelmingly best way to get those cards is to buy the singles you need. The MSRP for a booster box of Modern Masters 2017 is $240. There are a lot of great cards within it that I will get to in a moment, but if you want any of those cards, you do best by simply buying them individually. There is only an average of 3 mythics per Modern Masters booster box. Yes, some will have 4 or maybe even 6, but some may also, sadly, only have 2. With Snapcaster and Cavern of Souls now somehow at mythic, you are at most getting 1 in the box, and considering Snappy is one of 15 mythics, you are not even assured of getting it. As of the filming of this video, with prices already plummeting on the cards of Modern Masters, the cost of an entire playset of Snapcasters is about $140, which would still leave you with $100 to buy additional cards. So go grab a playset of Scavenging Ooze for $8, and then a playset of Thoughtseize for $48, and you've still got over $40 left for more needed singles to get your Modern deck started, or to upgrade what you already own and play. There is no exception to this rule. As far as building a Magic the Gathering deck is concerned, the best use of your money overwhelmingly is to buy the singles you need, never to crack packs. Booster packs are for draft. And in this case, Modern Masters booster packs are $9.99 each. So is that $30 to $40 for a draft, hopefully one with prize support if you're paying $40, going to be worth it? Before we talk about the actual draft environment and gameplay, let's see just where and how the value is distributed within this set. The majority of the rares and mythics included here are not worth the cost of a pack. Out of 68 rares and mythics, only 15 have a value at or above $9.99. 2 additional cards do come fairly close: Death's Shadow at $7 each, and Big Daddy Grizzlebrand at $8 each. But even if we were to fudge the numbers to include those 2 additional cards, we have 17 out of 68, which is 25% exactly. Compare that to Eternal Masters, which at launch had 23 out of 68, which means 33% of the cards contained within it, or Modern Masters 2015, which had 22 out of 68, which was 32%. Remember too that the average number of mythics per box is only 3, and of those 17 cards at or above MSRP, 8 of them are the mythics. But there's other factors to consider here, namely the value and use of those cards that are are at or above MSRP. For many of them, they are far above the cost of the pack. In fact, of the 25 most expensive Modern cards prior to this set's release, 10 of those cards are in Modern Masters. That may not seem like a lot to you, but I feel it is a significant slice of the cards that were most in need of reprints. Most of which are played in multiple decks throughout the format and even played in other formats. Just look at some of the prices of the rares included here. As of the filming of this video, keeping in mind these prices were pulled slightly less than 24 hours before launch, Scalding Tarn is valued at $42.25, Verdant Catacombs at $37.79, Misty Rainforest at $31.99, Arid Mesa at $28.78, Damnation at $26.80, Marsh Flats at $25.12, Blood Moon at $21.44. These prices are 2 to 3 times MSRP for just one rare. That's because many of these rares, especially the fetch lands, are played not only in Modern, but are staples of Legacy and played reliably in Commander. This is one of the major advantages of Modern Masters 2017. These rares and mythics are not just needed reprints, but extremely needed reprints, some of the most expensive in the whole format. And why is that? Because they are staples, such as the fetch lands, which are played in many, alright, let's be honest, most Modern and Legacy decks, and Commander as well. And that's true of other cards like Snapcaster Mage, Liliana of the Veil, Blood Moon, and Goblin Guide. These cards are staples. If they are not frequently reprinted, which all signs indicate that they will not be, the value is highly likely to increase. While many of the remaining rares are worth less than the price of a pack, they are format and deck mainstays. Abrupt Decay, another Legacy must, Ranger of Eos, Scavenging Ooze, Stony Silence. Right now, these are just $3 to $4 each, but they are played in Modern, in main decks and sideboards, and in Legacy as well. This, of course, does not in any way ensure you aren't going to open a 38-cent Seance or a $1.80 Past in Flames. Cracking packs is still gambling, and the odds are always in favor of the house. But hey, if nothing else, at least here that $1.80 Past in Flames is actually played in Modern, and not just an unplayable piece of cardboard. Unfortunately, that Seance is absolutely unplayable and completely worthless. What about limited and draft gameplay? Like all previous Masters sets, Modern Masters 2017 was made to draft. The original Modern Masters was widely considered to be an amazing draft environment, while the sequel in 2015 was generally thought of as lackluster. Obviously, evaluations such as this are highly subjective, but having proxy drafted this set numerous times since it was spoiled, I would rank this edition somewhere in between the first two. Given the cards included, the power level is very high, which is always fun. In fact, I feel it is akin to drafting a cube, or rather akin to drafting a Modern cube. In fact, with Modern constructed staples here, I sometimes even felt as if I was drafting a Modern deck itself, which for a Modern enthusiast such as myself was a lot of fun. Despite this, games are not as fast as I'd like for such a powerful array of cards, and matches still can get locked into grindy, aggro-based games. So I hope you drafted both Liliana and Goyf, which, let's be honest, you didn't. Final conclusion, Modern Masters 2017 is extremely worth it to purchase, but explicitly for the purposes of drafting. And even here, you should not be spending more than MSRP. Preferably, you should be spending less than MSRP if you are buying Modern Masters 2017. Within the cards drafted, there is something for both new and established Modern players. From staples for your Modern deck or cards that can be traded for your Modern deck. There's a lot of previously high-priced cards here. Rares of high value and uncommons that are integral parts of Modern decks and sideboards. If you are determined to buy boosters and crack packs for value, then you are likely going to lose. Unless this is done purely for the purposes of fun, in which case, hey, enjoy yourself. Regardless of how you wish to enjoy Modern Masters 2017, it is not worth it to spend above MSRP. In fact, as of the filming of this video, many sellers have these for less than MSRP. And for each dollar below MSRP you can obtain packs or a booster box for, it becomes that much more worth it. For a Masters set, this is more or less the best you could hope for. By that criteria, the set is itself an A-. Good luck topping enjoying this set, Wizards. Maybe the next step is normal booster pack prices. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to share, like, subscribe, or just by leaving a comment. What grade would you give Modern Masters 2017? Do you plan to buy a box to crack for fun, or play in a draft and hopefully get some staples for needed decks? Let me know in the comments below. And this program was made possible thanks to a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. So thank you.